So I recently published an episode with Tommy Emanuel playing all of my acoustic guitars. I just handed him one after the other, and he made them sound how they were intended. It was a really popular video. The comment I kept seeing over and over, other than Tommy Emanuel's the GOAT, was all asking the same question. What's up with that nylon string guitar? I'm gonna show you that guitar today. In fact, it's right here in this case. When I think of nylon string and its influence on me, we all had that crappy one that we bought at the pawn shop or local guitar store, right? We probably played it with a pick and scratched the hell out of it. It's sort of like a rite of passage for every guitar player, but this is not that. Yes, this guitar right here looks like a $5,000 guitar, sounds like a $5,000 guitar, plays like a $5,000 guitar, and yet it's only, I think it's like 750 bucks. But I'll put the link to this guitar in the description if you want to check it out. Bromo is the luthiers. They've been in guitar manufacturing for more than 50 years, and they originated in Taiwan, moved to China in the 90s, and are now based in East Java, Indonesia since 2014. And you can see it's like a little volcano there, based on the majestic Mount Bromo volcano nearby in Indonesia. So this is a cool guitar, and I really appreciate them sending it to me. I'm gonna play my favorite nylon parts in rock and metal songs. That seems like a great way to demonstrate the power and versatility of this instrument. As you can see, just a really responsive guitar when plugged in. And obviously unplugged, it sounds like this. Just a nice little acoustic guitar. It's got this really cool cutaway. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 frets on this bad boy. There is a use for that access, as you can see clearly, and also just the intonation. This is like a 48 millimeter, very slim neck. This armrest feels real nice. It's just a nice guitar. So if you're looking for something like this, nylon string guitar that plugs in, sounds great recorded or just in the room, check out Bromo Guitars. Make great stuff, and thanks to them for sending this to me. Now let's hear how this guitar really should sound in the hands of a master like Tommy Emanuel. This is a nylon string guitar.
Oh,
if you want to plug that one in.
Yeah, plug that in.
There we go.
Thanks, master.
Just got this guitar, but
Down a semitone.
yes. Nylon string make you play any differently?
Depends on the guitar.
I guess this is probably very different because it's...
Well, let me see here. We'll dial in a little chat. I'm happier, yeah, I'm healthier. That's beautiful. Well, where's this made?
That is a Indonesian brand, in fact.
Well, I have a guitar like this that I bought. It was a Buscarino nylon string up on the wall. And I was playing a Morris, which was the Japanese equivalent of the Chet Atkins Gibson solid body nylon string, right? And so I did have a Chet Atkins nylon string. I found one, but it didn't sound as good as the Morris. And so I used the Morris for, there was a couple of songs that I'd written and recorded that had some good radio coverage back home in Australia. And when I played it with the band, you know, I had a little Carlsbad amp.
Yeah.
Because a nylon string does not sound good through a really sophisticated amp. You need a real simple, almost cheapy kind of amp.
Interesting. Why is that, do you think?
Because you don't need all the other surface noise that a nylon string brings, right? So you need a slight woodiness and low mids to come off the nylon string. And you mic it real close and put it in the PA, and it sounds great. And it's not the kind of sound that you'd say, oh, that's a great nylon string sound, but you put that sound with your band, with a bass, drums, a little bit of keyboards, it sits just great, and it's like right there.
Isn't that some of the greatest guitar tones ever recorded? When you solo them out, they sound like garbage.
Look at Jerry Reed. You know,
There's a lot of examples of that.
That's why when Chet Atkins signed him and took him away from trying to make country hits, and he did Amos Moses and When You're Hot, You're Hot and all that, nobody sounded like that. No. And then they made those albums together, the first two albums. Oh my God, the guitar playing from both of them it's stellar on a level that's just unbelievable, you know. And that's the late 60s, early 70s, you know. And he was just rocking. It was unbelievable.